Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. Today, I am documenting a watch made in 20 pieces and launched in the 2022 model year. This is an exhibition and my effort to document the DBK2V1 jumping GMT. So this watch is not specifically for sale, but if you have interest in the model, please register it at Team Mosso at the 1916company.com. Again, this video is for documentation and posterity, but you can express interest if you have it at Team Mosso at the 1916company.com. So 20 pieces launched in 2022 and an easy watch to wear, almost entirely sapphire and grade 5 titanium, 43.3 millimeters in diameter, 13.9 millimeters thick. Two different ways to measure the lugs, because these are the patented spring-loaded ergonomic floating lugs. At maximum extension, they span 52.8 millimeters. At full compression, they span 49.4 millimeters, and there is a 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We have an unusual cut of the alligator, medium scale on the top, and you can see a black semi-gloss with a monotone stitch, a cut edge that's been lacquered, and then on the bottom, small round scale alligator leather. The idea of using gator on the bottom instead of the more common calf is that it lasts substantially longer. Costs a few $100s more, but on a watch like this, the timepiece is deserving of only the best. Now taking a look at the buckle, at Bethune, buckles generally match the design of the case. So if you're talking about something with floating lugs, you're going to get this open, airy, almost buttress-like profile that matches that of the lugs. All of this is in grade 5 titanium, and you can see Bethune branded with satin on the bottom. The lugs feature a little ogival tip on their ends. That is the last styling vestige of the very first Bethune product, 2002's DB1 chronograph. While not present on every subsequent Bethune, it's present on almost all of them. The lugs are open. You can see they're evacuated. They're also free moving and spring loaded. They are attached to the case at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and then it's the opposite of a bullhead winder. I'll let you decide what exactly that means, but it has a crown down at 6 o'clock, at least when this facet is presented. And this is the kind of two. So a rotating case gives you the ability to read the time on either side, and they are independent time zones. This one can be a little bit of a challenge to read until you know where to look. So let's start with the first and primary dial. This watch, of course, like all Bethune timepieces, dial, case, and movement, even the hands and the balance wheel, made in-house. Bethune builds fewer than 400 mechanical watches a year, and third-party suppliers don't want to hear that you only want 20 DB2 cases or 20 DB2 dials. So to ensure utmost quality, but also the integrity of small production runs, the company simply spent the money up front, tooled up to make its own dials. And this dial is designed to be more traditional and conservative. We have Breguet-style blued titanium hands. We have a Vogue-style cut guilloche at center. It's not the stamped kind. We have vertically arrayed Arabic numerals and a deadbeat second. Notice how it's bang on every time, using carefully delineated Arabic numerals and indices. So this is a very conventional dial. People who are coming from Journe or Moritz Grossman or Moser or Holy Trinity are going to feel very at home with this style of dial. Now, this is also one of the few Bethune watches that has center seconds, but it's got another trick, which is stop seconds. At Bethune, chronometry is still considered to be important even in the quartz age. Mechanical watch chronometry is very important to the company's co-founder and watchmaking lead, Denis Flageolet. So here we have a system that allows you to stop the seconds hand, and we can set our local hour independently as we are traveling. Okay, now when I wish to change the time, I flip over to the other side. Now here, the emphasis is on the machine. There is a time display here. Some people ask me, is this loomed in any way? So I'm just going to clarify, no, it's not. But where do you look for the time? Well, the easy part is that there's an orbital minute display, so we're just past 46 minutes. What's harder to see is that there is a small deltoid-style hour indicator. See where it says 12? we have these little blue fired titanium cabochons that represent individual hours, with pride of place given to the deadbeat escapement and the twin mainspring barrels. Now I'm going to demonstrate here. By the way, the gearing here ensures that both sides of hands move in a clockwise direction. So now, as I adjust the time, you can see the circumferential or orbital minute moves, and then watch that little deltoid hour hand there. Now it is 8:30. That's what you're looking at there. Okay, what else are you looking at? Well, you're looking at the heart of the beast. There's a large deltoid barrel bridge, and you can see it features tiers on its side. There's an enormous amount of poly noir or black polish, and that extends to the screw heads themselves. If you look carefully, you can see that the ratchet wheel, its teeth have been micro-beveled, a rare feat often not seen even on Geneva hallmark movements. We have open barrels that allow you to see the mainsprings, manual wind, 4 days of power reserve, the balance, which is a proprietary design of blued titanium and white gold. It beats away at 36,000 vibrations per hour, so 10 beats per second like a Zenith El Primero, but there's also a 1 hertz escapement above the 5 hertz escapement. And so right here, we have, I'll do my best to show you this, 2 superimposed 14-karat gold wheels. Between them, there's a hairspring. One of them is driven by the drivetrain. The other one, which is connected directly to the deadbeat seconds hand on the other side, that is released once per second by a second locking lever. You can see the lever and its pallet stones just above. Now, it's made of solid gold, and you can see it is hand polished. You can also see that it's internally beveled, which is deeply impressive. Gold 14 karat is used, first because it's rich, but second because it reduces friction, and 14 karat is mechanical grade gold. You can see here we also have media blast and satination, a panoply of colors, textures, tones, materials, and finishes. 30 meters water resistant, so splash and rain exposure only. You don't want to submerge it. You can also see that the company has not only its patented balance wheel, but its patented flat hairspring, which is made of 2 pieces cut apart, shaped by hand, and micro-clamped back together to give you the benefits of an overcoil that is concentric breathing in any position and positionally agnostic timekeeping, but it also gives you the shock resistance and the flat profile of a flat hairspring. The barrels are self-adjusting, patented. They cannot accidentally be overwound, so that's there for your peace of mind. And the balance wheel is designed by Denis to ensure that aerodynamics as well as temperature changes have a minimal effect on the timing of the balance, and by putting the white gold masses in the rim and making the rest out of fired blue titanium, as much of the total mass as possible can be located in the rim, which is exactly what you want on a fine timekeeper. This watch is simply loaded. It is stacked, as the kids would say. If you want to express interest in the kind of 2 jumping GMT, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com.